just taken place there? All right, it doesn't look possible at the moment, but the executive mayor of the city of Cape Town, Patricia Mayer, you just saw her walk out. Nomawethu, are we able to make that link now? All right.
Just to give you a bit of context, we did understand there was this understanding that Patricia de Lille will be resigning as the city of Cape Town mayor at the end of this month, the 31st of October. But let's get some more detail now. Nomawethu Solwande live for us in Cape Town. A very good morning to you. Can you hear us? It's Blaine and Desiree in studio. What happened? Nomawethu, can you hear us? Okay, we're trying to establish connection with Nomawethu Solwande, trying to, establish what happened. So we know, let's establish the facts. So we know that one councillor has resigned publicly.
Yeah.
Sources tell us that we expect more.
Good morning to you. Certainly a lot of drama happening here at the City of Cape Town Council here this morning. In light of an agreement that Patricia de Lille had come to with her party, the DA, about 2 months ago, we would expect that this would be her last City Council meeting. Of course, she did take to the podium with a cloud, I would say, hanging over her head. You'll remember in the past couple of days, we've been hearing about allegations to do with corruption with regards to Patricia, and that these are things that she would actually need to answer to. And we understand that at the end of the council meeting here today, there will be a closed session where councillors will then discuss the Bowman's report and allegations that Patricia de Lille was involved in corruption. We do know that the mayor actually released a statement yesterday, and she said that she's willing to subject herself to any sort of disciplinary hearing that's put before her. But of course, this is not new. There was a preliminary Bowman's report that was released a couple of months ago, and she had said that there were factual errors in this report. She says her lawyers then wrote to Bowman's to say, please fix these things that are not true in this report. So there are actually two reports. One where she's not found guilty of anything, and another one where she is said to have been covering up corruption here in the city of Cape Town. So what Patricia de Lille is saying is that how can one firm actually investigate the same issues but come out with two contradicting things? So I just want answers, and of course she's waiting on her lawyers to investigate that. But I must say, when she took to the podium here this morning, there was a lot of drama. It was almost as if that Patricia de Lille was here to set the record straight. She said that she knew that there were people that were out to smear her name, that people that had been working very hard to make sure that her name is tarnished. But she stands here this morning and she will not be deterred. I'm just going to move out of shot so you can see what council is looking like this morning. They've broken for a few minutes. That's after a councillor, Sean Abrams, actually also said something here in council, and he actually resigned right here, and he said that he respects Patricia de Lille. This is someone that he's looked up to for many, many years, and he simply cannot stand here and watch this unfold. So therefore he resigned and he left the chambers. So they discussed that perhaps they should take a break for about 15 minutes, and that people should just take fresh air, because certainly there is a whole lot of drama happening here. And just behind me, of course, a whole lot of ANC councillors. They are the official opposition here in the city of Cape Town, and many times they've come out to defend Patricia de Lille, and they've said that it's not about us saying that Patricia's right. If Patricia de Lille DeLille is found to have been corrupt, then she must face the full might of the law. But we are here to say that the DA cannot turn what happens here in the City of Cape Town Council to DA politics. So that is why they've been standing by Patricia DeLille. So we'll have to see what happens after the 15-minute break. We did see Patricia DeLille walking out of the chambers. We're not too sure if many others will actually follow suit and actually resign themselves. But for now, it's back to you guys in Johannesburg.
All right, we're going to continue to try and get through to Nomoto to find out what happens to Patricia DeLille's resignation that she handed in August, if that still applies or not, and if the other 4 councillors will eventually tender their resignation.
Let's try to get Nomowetu, because we lost comms earlier on. Nomowetu, can you hear us? If you can, if you can, just describe.
I can hear you, Evan.
No, it's Blaine. Just with regards to what happens now, what do we know about the, well, we understood that Patricia DeLille was going to resign on October 31st, isn't it? What happens now?
Of course, Blaine, in light of an agreement that was reached between Patricia DeLille and her party about 2 months ago, was that at the end of this month, she would actually resign as the mayor of the City of Cape Town. Now, in the past couple of days, there have been murmurs, Blaine, that she actually might not resign from her post. I know that one councillor from the ACDP actually asked her this question a little bit earlier on, and she actually said that this was none of his business. Of course, not a yes, not a no. So we're expecting Patricia DeLille to be speaking to the media a little bit later on, and I think a little bit more clarity will come out of her, either in a statement or an interview. But certainly a lot is going to take place here this morning, Blaine. Like I said a little bit earlier, one has already resigned. Now, I mean, yesterday I spoke to one political analyst where I said, you know, there's been this war for about 18 months between Patricia DeLille and the DA. Why would the DA want to discuss what is happening or in terms of the Bowman's report now? Because she's agreed to resign. She's leaving at the end of the month. And one political analyst actually said, you know what, this would, if Patricia DeLille were to be found guilty of anything now, then this would justify the DA wanting to squeeze her out of the party and her position as mayor. So this will obviously damper the spirits of Patricia DeLille supporters. This will obviously work in favor of the DA, because especially with the elections coming up next year. But of course, Blaine, we'll have to watch this very closely, because things just keep on happening. There's a lot of tension here, there's a lot of drama here, and we're not sure if other councillors will actually follow suit and follow what Sean Abrams actually did this morning, where he said that I actually respect Patricia DeLille, and therefore I cannot sit here and watch this, and I will therefore resign. I can see that councillors are coming back into the chamber now, so we will actually have to come back to you in a bit.
Well, our reporter there, Nomowetu Solwandle, and as she says, we will stay on that story. Sean Abrams has already resigned. We await to see if the other councillors will follow suit, showing support for Patricia DeLille.
So what do we know? We know that one, the DA chief whip publicly resigns as from the council as well as the DA. We know that it's still unclear whether Patricia DeLille will resign as mayor of the City of Cape Town. Remember, there was this bit of a deal, a bit of an agreement, understanding that she would.
But all indications now are that she's not resigning.
Yeah. So let's see. We're going to keep on that story. I'm going to take a bit of a break. Okay, let's take